The difference between human rights and fundamental human rights.
Yes, it is a fundamental human rights. No, those core human rights. No, they don't take away fundamental. Not going to say the basics. Into the right to life, liberty, dignity. Because all those things, no, inherent. It cannot be taken away. Then you buy a normal human rights, the right to work. The right to vote. It builds on that basic human rights and fundamentals na yewono. Inti no po article 12 e be sure say obia wo ho kwan wo say obi bia ne fa ahodie die. Eni say obia ne ho kwan so obeje free ne nsem o right. Inti e hye say yen depend say me say me wo me right. Wo say otimi respect rights na me wono. Sans no wo say me respect also right. Sansu ne was aban and answer organs of government, being it the executive, legislature, judiciary. As organs of government, it was so almost so say, Omonje Ofa Hudieno, and free one sem. But what I say. Na Sansu, and I say, because even though you was our rights, I be called Ibedo Musukono. It was set our rights and so limitations. I just want to make us say, I have a right, So I also rights, and was so who say, OSISO rights, no, you should also have in mind the rights of another person. And you know, OSISO rights, no, men tia unyanso a fan who did.
Okay. But Abi, you see human rights. So human no, a stati free hinfa.
Yo.
A stati free say, what down na yemuno, uyemuja and that human no start say, and I say ya wabasa so. The one I'm a woman is your date of birth 5th December. A honor right no a
you with a issue I will come as a issue of a big controversy. A baby cry on what train who say court my court or say Ibua. Even which I say embrace a fetus and before me or yemun. Dear a danny nipan before me or yemun. The horn was starting your rights. Even which I say this nipan out and send our right. You to the sense abortion.
Ghana a position
Ghana, just say young say abortion illegal.
No, I'm not talking about abortion. I'm talking about
fetus no
human rights. If I shall say free.
I cried in your no in the good so right to one who buy. It is young fan says starting free.
So Ghana they are starting free.
I cried
Obana fight a fruno.
Sir, by implication, sir. A life no.
Say Obakra Endimwa, a chef also hospital, antenatal, no,
because of Akwadani,
a shall say free a bra, what fire fool. A children's rights, Nina started free because if I see a protecting into what antenatal now, immunizations and I say injections, number was say we take it to proper medical care. To wash her, we say maternal mortality. We say never say a share ye funum, but Nina can rise. I can say women's rights, I can women's rights in home. Say adequate medical care. So that it basically prevents maternal mortality. No, and to say, can be a shall say free crana. There's a fetus, no, a war ye fruno. Now, ye will emra a bought up of frano, but yes, I want right, sign bought my men now on Yemeno, and so a whole bank.
So that's why I be saying abortion illegal because you need to protect Akwadano. And he said, baby, shall say, Queen sent to go.
But me about reporting on police because a criminal matter.
And our balance no openers and also Queen sent to go.
The same thing, and I was also
crime.
What was a crime? Internal so we base me a report because I know why they be who base my report is answer a facility. Crona, say be any on one case and the quiet but facility crona, a BD and I yes, I conduct procedure a war ban so or no, so home.
And Yvonne Nelson. You beat me the narco courts.
Bet me. Be within 6 months, and not as a 1 year within that time period, na HM. But a criminal offense, dear, any expiration, yeah. Passion.
Oh, okay. Now, if I say a mofra, I'm 6 years, 10 years. ono no be no otimi akoko te obi atiti and right so or think be ado ba ne ko school one fa kwada na ko school say against the right akwa no betimi do akoko
akran to me into the memory will be a friend the nest of friend yes nest of friend and a nest friend na just say nest friend no ono na obeginem ama abofra no so it's more like a guardian say be fan say a guardian it's like one person or institute any action that's why so court and I say obi etia ne fan hodie so a sa nest friend no ono na obeginem ama abofra no na say o see you on behalf of abofra ne mind no inte no sand e ma ho kwan inte ye man ka se bi abofra no abofra ntimi in court inte em say last week ye ba be kan many things about child labor be church ye tie for child labor ho sempi inte wo panyi wo betimi agine mama abofra no e de abofra na sem akokot ama no so obi say asotwen bi e wo ho bia no ye de ama sa oni akro na wedi for e wa asem.
Okay, so Fundamental Human Rights Constitution, Article 12, Clause 2. Or say every person in Ghana, whatever his race, place of origin, political opinion, color, religion, creed, or gender, shall be entitled to the fundamental human rights and freedoms of the individual contained in this chapter, but subject to respect for the rights and freedoms of others and for the public interest. And now we can check him. All right, no.
Yeah, all right, no. But what say who say there are limitations, kakra. All right, no. And she say, everyone say you have the right to freedom of speech. And you know, so betimi afre, nyame adom say FMs ni radio stations bebre. Betimi afre na wa kire wa adwen. But the fact that all kire wa adwen no, it will be certain defamation. And sure, say asem na ebia wo kan fa obi foforo ho no. Enya dia wo di gu nipa ne ho fi. Na say o kasa no, hwe say you are taking into consideration the interests of the other person. And the bound to say be a public interest. Na say oman ni nyina ye interest to be Nyama ebe som or mine bono. Let's say the public interest will override our personal interest. And see, if I say, for example, you was who assassin as an individual, what was assassin. But then government and other states who say, oh, baby, I was assassin, cited it, and kebets me at the yet be abua or mining in a kebets me see hospital at the abua or mine. Even though a war was assassin, government has the right because it will be in the interest of the public. But what I'm seeing, such as I say, the rights of the individual and I has been limited by the public interest. But no, I say government engine is in Mrache, so I say it should be paid an adequate compensation. Even though you be far, it was say to me government to me to ya eka and otia sika to replace the land na wajino. And see, sana Article 12 no actually say where you farm who did but we exercise and we exercise we farm who did no. She say entia unuan so far who did so. And I say ba say o mining nyina no yenso ye wo interest will be more and there was say o rights no eba forma o mining nyina no interest no eba sure.
Very good point. Sometimes no obehwa na ye kwan. Na yakuduru baby. Na ye jato ho wo beti ene se so obi dan wo ho se wo mpene ma ye mungu ebi akro ni nyina na ye ja kro no ato ho na yakoto aso ba bi ye se kro no so wo monte asese ebebu because of compensation issue na ya na mane basa na because of mine know that right to take away that land and all the developing in the interest of the whole nation but ekoba se ye jato ho sana na che se o man so ready so with your compensation to individuals so mo mpene na
yeah sure say bia ebia be woni peculiar circumstances but just as you said say ebasa aban no etua sa compensation na wo individual no unni ho kwan because is in the interest of the public into won't mean can say me individual no because I am feeling na here na unless there are issues of compensation not having been paid and the ebasa na essence or no so nim say e ne fa who dey so no so nya the compensation no so ejina to say when it happens in such it was it me what's the causes but the government is your compensation there then will be any more points because or no individual interest was say override the public interest.
Rabbi,
hello.
And you can't for those you know you can't right to life, liberty, and their dignity. Okay, so what are the other rights? So maybe it's so fundamental.
Okay, before then,Okrano, the na in common start if we say oba when you na you convict you, you sentence you, you be transfer, you be able to test when you more, you be suspend your sentence. Because so I answer becauseOkrano or that way you kuno abraha, any whole point. Say uya kulani life of freedom.
Also respect our crown.
That's right. Yeah. No, but to see the point, say, fetus no crown so you're all right. The rights no be a dozen. If you dignity here, lawyer no ekasa no just say rights any absolute, but you right to dignity there absolute. Obi cry a buno for so in kuno and I say in your or no dignity no or right to that. So the point of
dignity no the battery in a bed
okay. The power pneumonia.
Okay.
What the bonny crown and new say mishandle or mistreat you. Sir, right to dignity a absolute. To say under no circumstance that right now see a reality. I know your idea in here.
To say we home to me what you come for. Na ya body naked and not just any dignity no even though we did one there but you don't have to go to that extent and no is our dignity na or the any DNA bube man despite your tibia. Okay, so you know only one fundamental right also absolute okay.
So the 14 the crowd so we are suspected a bit meditating for some time and so not beyond 48 hours. Once you declare we are guilty, but a man just say bit meditating 48 hours. I'm not going to say until not just 14 and yet absolute. Say the lawyer can so rights no and they where will be to the begin. Zana yana attack until Mrano yet rights no under 14 subject to the same law. Say other people's rights have to be respected. The way and infinity will be there. So most often, so you as police for will be editing over 48 hours. There are time Konongo, so it will be editing over 5 days. Sir, what do be police council naka? What it and a far so under Article 14. So, because someone report to my track or not track anything. So, right to liberty now under 14, idea to say, I can't be a one here, you can easily violate other people's rights under that article.
Oh, okay. Minimum say, what did Bebeka? I'm interested in the rights. No, see, I want for a bank school or come come then against right.
Yes, indeed. I don't know. Bofoland there was special rights. Obi who about when you more because hey, I buy nipa. About France, you are buying nipa. If you are saying it that way, people are buying and I say, the states. I should protect you almost. So those ones are almost special rights. Women fall under those rights. Women's rights, children's rights. Then they're physically challenged. You know, I say be a touch makakran. Omunina was our special rights. In the account above for her, a buy in Korea, if we have a special act for Korea, Children's Act, we talks a lot. Say was a parents biano, washe na Uma Bofan Adrian pa baby obeda was so didn't go school. It was so here so Obi Bianya Bofana Yakayaka de. It was so here so Bofra Crano, or one I was all tunidin. Yes, a very important a part of Imofra rights.
Also tunidin.
Obo ya state, but then a reasonable time, within a reasonable time, which most of yenim say between from birth to about 3 months. ɛyɛ den a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔtumi to abɔfra din even hwɛ traditional system no po a anka within 1 week yɛwo abɔfra no wɔ sɛ anka ɛtumi ɛto abɔfra din nti ɛhia sɛ wɔ sɛ abɔfra biara ne ne parents ɛtena ɛyɛ ana circumstances no ɛyɛ allow ma sometimes ɛnyɛ obiara ne ne parents but abɔfra ne guardian po na ɛte a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛyɛ obi a ɔyɛ panyin a ɔbɛtumi ahwɛ abɔfra no saa nso na mmaa nso wɔ women's rights. So women's rights bɛka kyerɛ sɛ ɔbaa biara no should not be discriminated against ɛba sɛ ɔkɔyɛ adwuma just because ɔyɛ ɔbaa ebi adwuma wei yɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ɔbaa wɔatumi adu mpɛmpɛn so bɔ sanka promote no onimu adeɛ wakyɛ wɔ adwuma ni but just because ɔyɛ ɔbaa nti no yɛn promote no ɛno nso ɛyɛ against the rights of women ɔbaa fɛ afuro na eduru sɛ ɔbɛwo a maternity leave ɛwɔ sɛ etumi ma ne kɔ saa leave no na adwumakuo no ɔwɔ mu no ɛwɔ sɛ etumi tua ne ka anyɛ hwee kora for 3 months de ɛwɔ sɛ ɔbaa tumi ɛkɔ na nse kora nam sɛ yɛ extend nakɔ about 4 months which me gidi sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛbɛhia ɛbɛboa mmaa bebree nti ɛwɔ women's rights ɛba physically challenged nso a ɔmo nso ɛwɔ rights sɛ ebi a yɛabɔ ho de aboaboa ɔmo nso ɛni sɛ discriminate amongst them and also against them say because we did them we was say we should look at their peculiar situation and our condition nti eba we adwuma wo fa na adwuma hwɛ depending on their abilities then obetumi aye na wafa no adwuma nti mmara no kora ma ho kwan say adwuma bia onbe fa such physically challenged no omo nso ɛwɔ remuneration and also tax exemptions bia yɛde exempt you just to encourage because say ya mo anya adwuma na so mo wo fie tina bebre na hwɛ be mo wɔ kwan ho no mo sirehye sika ɛnyɛ saa na wɔ sɛ yɛ wɔ sɛ etimi ɛfa mo ɛwɔ yɛ adwuma mu bebre so those are special rights
but abeyi mante men your women's rights